how to find and discover the best sources for research and leads in the prospects of what it is that you teach. Question: where do you find the best ideas for teaching, the best ideas for learning what it is that you teach, and the best ideas for researching new ideas and new trends in teaching and your course? The simple answer is, the best answers can come from anywhere. There's nothing out there that says there's one best source and only that one can be used. There's absolutely nothing like that at all. If there was, everyone would use it and it wouldn't even be a question. Just like business, referrals are a great source for you and a great subject for usable topics. Talk to someone who has had a gain or found that information to be positive. So who are your great sources for referrals? Of course, other teachers. You'll see them quite a lot. Your students. You might be surprised to know that a student who is learning something in your class may decide they like it and they want to learn more. And the things they want to learn more about, they don't want to wait for you to tell them. She wants to go find it today. He will look it up right now because they don't want to wait. They want to strike while the iron is hot. But it may come from sources above you. It may come from administrators. It may come from your department heads, your deans. It may come through school newsletters. It may come through social media links. It may come from meetups or other groups that you have in your area. Always be open and available for new ideas. Of course, don't discount your friends and family. How about former customers? How about current customers? If you have a freelance business, can you make that happen? Now, this may seem a bit cutthroat, but can you learn something from your competitors? In an earlier video, we talked about benchmarking your materials, that is, finding something that you don't really do as well as you could, and finding another person, either inside the state, outside the state, or across the world who does it better. Once you've found someone who does things better than you, what can you learn about their process that you can involve in your classroom today? So, as you are working through this series, don't forget that there are plenty of other schools out there. Why, in North Carolina alone, we have 51 community colleges. Those are 2-year institutions. We have several other private 2-year institutions, trade and vocational schools that only serve 2 years. We have several public colleges, that is within the UNC system, NC State, I forget the others, but there are more. We have numerous private colleges, such as Duke, or Elon, or Meredith, or William Peace University. And many of these other schools around us teach many of the same subjects that we ourselves teach. There's no reason why we can't share resources with one another. There's no reason why we cannot have more material that is exciting. There's no reason why we can't, while we won't poach material directly from them, there's no reason why we cannot have a stronger understanding through sharing of knowledge. Again, we're educators. We're not trying to get the upper hand or push out a competitor, I hope. But more often than not, we're trying to focus. And I hope in these videos you found that what we're really trying to do at most colleges is adjust the focus so that it is a student-centered education and a student-centered school. Another aspect of this is recruitment. Now, you may be lucky enough to work at a school that does no recruitment. You've got more people coming to your college than you possibly know what to do with. Some of you may have open enrollment. That is, that anyone who has a pulse and can fog a mirror is able to come to your classes, whether they're a native Japanese speaker in an iron lung, or they speak fluent English, Spanish, and 27 different languages. Maybe people coming to your school already have degrees. Some of your students may already have master's degrees, but they have never worked within the field that you are in. As such, you will find that there is some truly excellent work being done out there. But how can you bring in those students? If you are not at a school that recruits, how can you pull in those prospective students? Well, first of all, you can produce materials that tout your school. Send those around to different high schools. Meet with counselors. Let them know the quality of the work that you produce and how they themselves can take part in that. Excuse me. In addition to this, you can set your sights on something a little bit broader. Do you need to advertise your school? If so, what kind of funding does the school have set aside? If you said none, surprise, you must be in America. Anyway, if there are efforts for you to pay money and advertise, how might you take part in that? What is it that you can offer? Tell us more in the comments below. Otherwise, perhaps you physically go to certain colleges within your county or within your area. Talk with the students and the teachers about what it is that your program has to offer, what it is that you can do for them, and how your college is really a stepping stool to the future they've already wanted. Make sure that you're emphasizing the benefits that you get from your program. Just as we've discussed earlier, make sure that the benefits are what you're selling, not just the name, not just the specifics. Perhaps you can partner with somebody. Many community colleges find that they partner with four-year institutions to deliver quality educated individuals who are already successful at the two-year level, who can move into a four-year school with great study skills, confidence, and the feeling that they can succeed. You may also find that many two-year schools work hand-in-hand with high schools. If there are students who are taking AP classes, they may smoothly roll over into the classes at the community college level. You may have a system like we have at Wake Tech, which is kind of a cradle to graduation system, where we tell the high schools what classes students need to take in order to be successful in a computer technologies career. And the high schools tell the middle schools what they'll need to be successful in middle school. The middle schools tell the primary education what kind of items students will need to have under their belt as they graduate in order to do well within the middle school. Perhaps your college graduates can roll successfully into a job career path with a larger company. Many students graduating from our program roll into Red Hat. Does your school require an internship? And if the internship is required, how does that internship assist the students? Do you have 100% job placement for graduates? What is it that you have and that you can bring to the table to help bring those students in the door so that you can have job security? To apply this to your education and your program today, on a piece of paper, jot down some of the items we've gone over in this podcast and see where are the percentage of new students coming from. Are they coming from specific schools? Are they going to specific schools? Are they going to specific jobs? Find out where your students are coming in from and make sure that you are giving them the proper concern. Now, what does proper concern mean? Does it mean that if a school is giving you 20%, you focus only on that school? Or does it mean that a school which is only giving you 1 to 5% of your students, or 0 to 1% of your student, needs a larger, heavier, more caring hand? Think about that today. When you're looking at this list, the point, I suppose, is really that you want to give time and effort on the group that is going to give you the most positive returns. And if you get the most positive returns from high school students, then you probably need to make a plan moving forward for how you can integrate more with those high school students. And if it turns out that you are getting a bigger boost from having a clear plan with 2 and 4 year schools, then you may want to put more time and effort into making that a reality. You don't want to throw away your effort on something that is giving you a small percentage or no percentage, but you want to make sure that you are giving effort where effort will be returned to you. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope that it's ringing a bell for you that will be very, very clear moving forward. Please subscribe, leave us a note in the comments below, blow up that like button, and as always, design your future.